All right. Ooh, let's get that music going. All right, all right, all right. And let loose our our guest for the night. Set him free. Set my friend free. Make the window a little bigger. Do that stream prep stuff because I ain't using my cursed starting soon screen. No, sorry. No, 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 no. Okay. Yes. All right. All right. What do we got here? Got the music going. We'll have to restart the music in like 2 seconds. So let's start right about there. All right. Got our dashboards up. We got our chat over there. We got a stream coming in excellent. Oh, and snap! I can actually set the resolution now because we get processing. So I guess there's 2 perks to being affiliate. One is you get the different bitrate choices, and the other perk is emotes. Yes. Let's see if Twitch approved my emotes yet. They did not, in fact, approve my other emotes yet. I don't know why. They're not sassy. But, yes, we has emotes. And I need to redo the emotes, but it works. Welcome in, Dead Sun Prime. I see you. I see you. Yeah, the emotes, they look fine when they're, like 3 times that size, but I need to make them a little bit more cartoony. A little bit more cartoony. Having a little beverage here. Let's get out this one. Oops, wrong button. There we go. I don't know how hazardous that would be to make that an automatic toggle whenever my hand goes up to my face a certain way. Maybe I have to wait until I get a little more machine learning or something so I can have it detect that it is holding an object towards my face. Otherwise, man, I'll be spawning cans and mugs and all sorts of stuff all the time. We have our co-host over on the other side of the screen here. Yes. Aha! Welcome in, Dead Sun. Welcome. Yep, I need to redo the emotes a little bit. They're a little tiny. They're a little tiny. I'm gonna make them a little more cartoony. I have a little too much shading, and the size is a little too small. And some big cartoony eyes. And for some reason, Twitch is holding hostage the first emote in each category that I added. I have one going, hello. What am I? I have an animated one. And let's see, my tier 1 is, what is my tier 1? I already forgot. Actually, I just look at my desktop. They're all just, I'm doing good file control. And they're all just sitting on my desktop. Oh, pointing. So I can understand why it might not like the pointing at the finger guns, but we'll see. We'll see. For now, we can just use the Gendo, the waiting. There we go. Bring my OBS back up. The waiting. And I can't do it without blocking my tracking. Darn. Because we got the dual phones sitting on my sitting underneath my monitor again, so that we can have One for him and one for me. It's weird though, because about the emotes, because it held the first in each category and let the second one go. So, yeah. Because we've got the lurk and we've got the waiting. Let's see. I think it just says they're pending or something. Where's the viewer rewards? Yes. Oh, and thank you very much, Dead Sun, by the way. It assumes you're not a bad actor. Well, I wouldn't have made my first emote a hello then. They don't want me greeting people. Okay, alright. Let us do some neck calibration here. Looks like the eye is working just fine. You know what? Ta-da! Okay. Limbering up a little bit. Oh, I have to adjust the default angle a little bit. But... No? A little bit? Yep. I haven't done any hardware work to Rusty since last stream. So he's still got the same couple of little things that probably only I noticed. Like his head is ever so slightly tilted at default. And it's funny that an easy way to fix that is to just fix the default angle. Oops, nope, that was the wrong button. Wrong keyboard. Is also the problem of having too many electronics on the desk. And a little bit more. Yep. Better. Worse. The other way. There we go. That should fix it. Now his default angle won't be quite as hard. Okay. And it looks hilarious. He looks like the poor guy's got a broken neck over on the other monitor here. Get back into there. There, turn it back to friendly mode. There we go. So I was trying to think of things to do for Halloween with Rusty Robot over here. Because we got a whole month of Halloween, right? And I was thinking, could make a scary Rusty, of course, give him some more mood lighting, a lot more red or deep orange costume, because he is people-sized, and that was one of the points of making him people-sized instead of like really small. Really small would have been nice because he could have just sat on my desk and could have used smaller servos. I'm thinking I'm just gonna go shop at the Goodwill or rummage sailing. There's still some rummage sales up here. Pick up some cheap Halloween costumes, see what I can come up with. Because he's people-sized, so he's basically a flesh streamer. He's more of a flesh streamer than I am. How ironic is that, huh? But yes, he seems to be doing just fine. The lighting seems a little darker, though. That would be a camera thing. Oh well. Most of the time he is going to be a little smaller. So Dead Sun, do you mean on top of the UFO or total height? You know, about 2.5 feet tall for how tall is Rusty right now? I mean, you know, some of the viewers are gonna be confused because we're using freedom units here. But let's see, Rusty's head is probably about a foot. I think it's roughly a foot wide, and then maybe a foot and a half tall from base of the neck up to the thing. Okay, let's do a quick spot check. And what? Do I have a tape measure in here? I do not have a tape measure in here. There, I had to call my paid technician over to measure Rusty's head. He's a foot by a foot. Well, what you see right there is a foot by a foot. So he's just a little too wide to wear, you know, standard human hats and such. Which is why it'd be funnier, because it's just gonna sit on top in between the tray. That would be a great idea, Dead Sun. In fact, I would highly recommend, if you're going to have the head, especially with how you are designed, how you are, not to sound rude, but with how you're designed, with a very narrow neck and a nice large brain holding head, to have the head on almost like a pendulum. So the controls for moving the head, you know, the nod and the side to side, kind of like how I have Rusty, but the nod on the side to side, the motor control would actually be at, that looks obscene, would be at the bottom of the neck. And then that'd be a little bit more weighted too. Yeah. I mean, I definitely, in your case, would not want the all the motors in the noggin. Lights and eyes and mouse. Yeah. Oh, I did check up on one of the raiders from Monday, who said that he was working on a robot model for like a mask for TwitchCon. In fact, he probably won't be joining us tonight because I think he was on his way there. I checked on his stream and he was actually putting together like a cool robot helmet, and it had like full LEDs and everything. I only caught a little bit of the stream. But yeah, it looked pretty sweet. That was Thenos TV. Thenos. Oh, come on, where's the activity feed? There we go. Theno TV. No, don't do that. Is there an extension so you can just click on someone's name and do like shout outs and all that kind of fun stuff? No TV. There. Oh, in fact, you can see in his icon there. That's his PNG model that he was talking about. But he built himself it looks like 3D printed TV head for it. So that's pretty cool. All right. Let's see. Okay. So Rusty's working. He's behaving himself. I think I am going to be toggling the neck on and off. I still haven't nailed down the issue with the neck, the two larger servos. Just stop after about 10 minutes. And it's not a heat issue. It's not a heat buildup issue. And I have nothing in the code that sends a timeout after a certain amount of time. So, Ooh, a vacuum former. Cool, cool, cool. I didn't catch that. Ooh, so you're starting to jump in on it. You're starting to jump in on the telepresence robot. Nice, nice. What kind of board were you gonna use for the controller board inside of your mobile unit? Because I think you said you had a few different options. No, I'm using an Arduino Mega, but I don't necessarily recommend it. I mean, it's plenty for what I'm doing, but if I want to do if I want to continue with my robotic plans, I'm going to need at least another one or two control boards. Oh, you're printing up all your little guys. Nice, nice. I think is that little extra touch of making toy packaging for 3D prints, especially if they're like action figures or collectible looking, you know. You gotta have that little bit of extra touch. Let's see. Where are you hiding? Ooh, you bought a large format 2D printer for cardstock. My mind immediately went to for cutting the cardstock. Something like a Cricut. Actually, for my little CNC mill, I bought a drag knife kit. I bought a drag knife kit as a replacement for actual machines that use drag knives, and I machined up a little holder with a little tiny bearing in it and everything, so I could use it on my little CNC mill. I just put it in the router, collet, tighten it up, and then be very careful about leveling it and zip around. It was a lot of fun. I've only used it for testing because it requires different tool paths than if I'm just milling out shapes. So yeah, something like a Cricut is definitely probably a better idea for cutting, for that kind of use. But if you've already got a CNC laying around, and you can make your own tooling, you got to give it a shot, right? You got your own little makerspace going. Oops, I forgot to disable. Well, that didn't do quite what I wanted it to. Why didn't it do what I wanted to do? Oh, is it fighting me? How about we remove the rotation constraint? Nope, that didn't do it either. I mean, the more toys the merrier. Let's see, remove component. Why are you not doing what I want you to? Why are you not doing what I want you to? I might have to get me one of those little mini dead suns. And then I might actually have to reprint my, now that I've, got a test model, I might have to reprint my, my little guy. I gotta make a sitting version so I can have him perched on the edge of my desk. Let's see. Oop, blurry mode. There we go. It was very amusing when I printed my little 3D guy. Let's see. Let's minimize that. Minimize that. I'm gonna dig out a fun picture of the print orientation. Pix? No, not Pix. Headshots. No? Oh man, I'm gonna have to actually dig out the, wherever the photo is hiding. The photo is hiding somewhere here for, Mr. Rusty. Now, where is he? Spoiler alert, I had to print him upside down, and it was, quite a hilarious, orientation for, for how he was sitting. Maybe I'll find him next time. He's in here somewhere. Screenshots. He's under screenshots. Aha. That is what he looked like on the, in the printer software. The old business finger gun. And he is a whopping... How tall are you? How tall are you, Business Rusty? The body is 80 millimeters, or roughly 3-ish inches. I didn't want to break them into separate pieces for a test print, for the optimal orientation and everything, but if I do make more of an action figure type out of them, I will absolutely split them up into arms, legs. Yeah, arms, legs, and the head is printed separately. Because that way I can put either snap together with friction fitting or little tiny magnets, and then you can pose them so he would be action figure Rusty. I don't know if I'd go as far as ball joint, like a ball joint doll. I think he would have to be bigger for one thing, because I don't have the steadiest of hands, and at what did I say, 3 inches tall? Nah, I don't think I'd be able to do that so well. But yep, little upside downsy Rusty. Yep. I had always wanted a 3D printer way back before I stopped doing, before I took my long extended break from 3D printing. I always wanted to 3D print some of my work that I had done before that. But for one thing, consumer 3D printers weren't quite up to it at that moment. So for the Dead Sun Robo, you would be going as like full telepresence, not like not Oz behind the curtain, at the con itself. Your handler. You have to restrain the galaxy's overlord. Okay, why are you not where you're supposed to be? Got current angle. We got current angle. Oh, enjoy your dinner. Enjoy your dinner. So right now I'm just trying to, what I consider, fix the little rotation on my helmet. The lens rotation. Private transfer rot goal. Scale of an object. That should be fine. You know, what am I doing over here on Rusty Joint? What are you doing? Pay no attention to my not necessarily great code. Public transform. Okay, so I'm taking the transform for those. Okay, I guess I will do the start. Let's do start isn't the right term though. Let's just call it object. Current angles, transform. We're just gonna make it transform rotation. Well, that's like all the rotations too. So I found this code in a tutorial, and it was for doing all the rotations, but I don't want to do all the rotations. I just want to do the... probably the Y. Let's get back over here. Yep, just the Y. Okay, so let's go back into our script. Where are you? Where are you hiding, script? There you go. Go back into the script. We'll call it once per frame. That's fine. That's fine. Current angle is vector 3. That's fine. Transform your angle. So let's do. And you can tell this guy was a C programmer because he put underscores in front of everything. Transform Euler rot object. Transform. Give me the Euler angles of the current object. Transform rotation. Blah blah blah. Let's see if this works. Because if it works, then I'll narrow it down to just the y-axis. It's funny, I'm moving my eyes back and forth to test, and I hear Rusty over there in the corner moving his eyes. That's an odd thing, isn't it? I hear someone moving their eyes. It's a slightly unsettling phrase. I hear them moving their eyes. Ooh, can you hear his servos over the microphone? Because I do have noise canceling on, but I'm sure it At least when I'm talking, his voice probably comes through. No? Oh, okay. I know when I was running NVIDIA Broadcast to clean up the sound, it did a great job of taking all the background noise out of everything, and it made my crappy headset sound really good. But once I found a better mic, I ditched that, and then I recovered 25% of my GPU, so that was nice. Oh man, hand tracking's on peak tonight. Nice. You know what I think we're gonna do here? We are going... Oh, I'm an idiot. Okay, I'm an idiot. And also I'm getting rid of the stupid underscores. There. There. Current angle, blah blah blah, Euler angle, object rotation. That should do it. Do it script. Throw the lens group back in there. Right object, right goal. I have a 4070 Ti. And of course I would love to get a, well now it's a 4080 Super or a 4090, but no, still not doing it. Man. Not a fish. I don't have 4K monitors, so I don't need to do 4K gaming. And, you know, to be honest, anything that I do play, a 4070 Ti is plenty. Wait, is it moving a little bit? Is it moving a little bit? All right. Time for debugging code. And then I can move on to the fun stuff. I am giving myself a time limit for this project. Why do I have to lerp all the Eulers? Hate Eulers. Put that on silent. Okay. And did we lose music? We lost music. Okay. Let's go back to earlier in the playlist. Yeah, so my last computer, the one that I started this whole project on, it was my daily driver. I did freelance work on it. Used it every single day for 12 years. It had a, I want to say an i7 2700 and a 550 Ti. And the power supply finally gave it up last year. It went literally a week after I built this new box and got everything installed on it. So, you know, all my stuff was backed up. We're all good. I was going to use it, honestly, I was going to use it for the Rusty project. And I still might at some point. But it is running Windows 7. And well, I need a new power supply. That's a small thing, but it's running Windows 7, but it has water-cooled processors and better graphics card, more RAM than Rusty's current computer. So I will probably after I figured out how to downgrade Unity so it'll run on a Windows 7 machine, Yeah, I might bring that computer back when we get him out of beta testing. Oh, you have yourself a good night. You have yourself a good night, Dead Son. Ooh, and welcome in. Hi to Hermit Studio. Thank you, thank you. I get emotes now. Very happy times. Ooh, working arms and fingers. That's gonna be. I know how I want to do it, and the whole project kind of started with a way to control bigger servos than what I'm currently using, because I wanted to put. I started Arduino so I could add some CNC capability, so some computer-controlled capability to some of my workshop equipment. So that was what led me down the Arduino rabbit hole to begin with. I don't have a board that can do that kind of stuff, but that is what we will need to run his arms, or at least probably just one arm. Until then, we're gonna fake it till we make it. But no, it'll be an interesting challenge on how to arms, because that adds a whole bunch of complexity depending on how I want to do it. If I want to have like mimic a human arm, if I want to mimic a human arm, or if I want to go like an industrial robot arm, which would have way more axes. Axes. Nintendo Power Glove. I mean, not an authentic one, but that would be funny as a prop. That would actually be pretty funny as a prop to have him have the Power Glove. You're giving me ideas now. I might have to write that one down. But no, there is my current plans, my current ideas. They're not plans at this point. I would need a CNC board so I can control slightly bigger stepper motors and the safety stuff that goes with that. Not a big one, more like a hobby one that runs like 3D printers and those smaller type of computer controlled machinery. So you get one of those boards for the arm movement, because I'm thinking probably 4 degrees of movement in the arm, and then a separate smaller board for the fingies and the wrist. So I've got that. Aha! Let me show you. I don't know how much of the behind the scenes you've seen, but why am I searching? I have a shortcut key for the just chatting. All right, Rusty, we're letting your neck loose. Behave yourself. Oh, no. Come on, try again. There you go. So if you look right below his chinny chin chin, there you go. Good Rusty. There is a gear right there. So what we do have is he is already using gears. He's using gears for his side to side. His head side to side, and then a gear for the neck. Because I have it it's a 2-to-1 reduction. So the servo has a smaller gear than the gear that actually is connected to the part. If that makes sense. Let me bring up a scene from inside of his noggin. Let's see. I have a folder called Stream Slideshow, which doesn't have the thing I'm looking for. Okay. Pix. No. Pix parts. There we go. Ta-da! So that is the current inside. This is a mostly current. You can't see that. This is a slightly mostly current look inside of Rusty's head. So if you look in, good, you can see my cursor. You like the level on his head? Yeah, I've been doing some testing. He's off a little bit, but I do have a bubble level on his head. He's off just a little bit, and I think that's because when I reassembled him last time, I was off by 2 teeth on this gear right here. So the side to side is this gear right here, the servo hiding here, and then this little gear, which is connected to the servo, and then the big gear hiding underneath here is connected to the head itself. So, tilt. So a fun way that I designed this is that when I tilt side to side, he's not pivoting off of one point as much. He actually allows for the width of the neck, so he doesn't collide with his own neck when he tilts his head side to side. A little bit of design. Whoa. And also his tracking does not like it when I talk with my hands in front of his camera. Sorry about that, bye. The gears were actually printed in-house. Here I have a Ender V3 Mark II. I think the Mark II is only important because it has the whoa, come on now. I'm gonna lock your neck back up. It has the silent drivers on it, so it doesn't speak the sounds of my people going like my old 3D printer did. But no, it's a very capable printer. I mean, I'll zoom in. See, my cell phone picture doesn't even show the ridges, but they're there. They are there. I forget what the exact specs are on the not how I printed that, but no, he does contain 3D printed parts. I originally wanted him to be all cobbled together from actual electronics, and some of them is, you know, if you look at them, you know, he's got you can't see my cursor now, it's a little gesture. He's got a disk drive, he's got a little DSL modem filter, actual printer tray, technically a scanner tray, gamer headset, you know, this is a real lens. Is an old vintage camera lens. I didn't feel bad messing with it and adapting it for my project because this one was damaged. I tried fixing it, but it was a little too far gone, so I'm using it in my project. I would have, yes. That was part of the problem, is you would have to go through so much to get the right gears, and I think with the right amount of prop magic, I can get the look I want from a combination of 3D printing and salvage. And he's still a work in progress. You can see the lovely 3D printer gray right there. Turn your head a little bit. 3D printer gray. You got some cardboard. I really need to hook up his antenna. I mean, I like it as is, as cardboard. That's fun. But I actually have a servo sitting back there, just not hooked up. Don't know what I would hook it up to. Maybe eyebrows. Maybe the eyebrows, so that he moves when I gesture with my eyebrows. But yes, no, I have a whole stockpile of junk that, you know, old multifunction printers and such are great for parts. So I have a whole pile of servos and gears and stuff. But like you said, it's about finding the right one. No, I definitely won't have him sitting out on the front porch. That'd be kind of cool, though. I have seen some awesome projects, though, that people have done with, you know, the same grade of servos and such. Because basically the servos that are controlling them, used from like little remote controlled robots and RC cars and stuff. That's the grade of servos he's working with right now. But I've seen some pretty cool projects on online. People making animatronics themselves or adapting existing like Halloween props and such. It's pretty cool. Okay, you. Okay, let's give us some public float, test, X. Wow, testy. Nice. Dun, 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 dun. Can you just X? Okay, we can do just X. Oh, let's do it the other way around. Let's do it the other round. Test X equals. Man, as much as, you know, automation can annoy me sometimes, IntelliSense is amazing. Actually, is it still called IntelliSense? It's a good question. And what I mean by that is the little fill in the blank suggestions. It was pretty nice. Man, it does work faster. I normally have my CPU for cooling reasons. I normally have my CPU throttled down. I'm a ding dong, aren't I? That's not going anywhere. Okay, well anyways, I normally have my CPU throttled down, just for, you know, keeping the nice cooling fans quiet and everything. But when I was rendering out some stuff in Maya earlier today, just as a little test thing, it's like, man, why isn't this going faster? And it wasn't going faster because I have it, you know, under throttled down. I don't think it's technically undervolting. You like the helmet? Made this on a previous Mecha Modeling Monday. And this is from the anime Bottoms. Old anime. Okay, you are moving a little bit. I swear I saw that. Okay. So it is working, technically. But it is not working enough. Because it's not. I think because this curve isn't hooked up to anything. Okay, so let's test that one then. I haven't used Lerpen before, so we'll see how this works. As the stream title says, assuming it updated properly, Unity noob in Unity, it works. Okay, so it's because I had it hooked up to a curve to smooth out the motion. But, oh god, that looks funny. That looks... It's not right, but it's right enough. God, that's creepy. Okay, I have to lock that in. So, I love that it's called Lerp. It just sounds weird, right? But, linear interpolation. It's got to stand for more than that, than just linear interpolation, but yeah. So smoothing from A to B. So it doesn't just go twitch, 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 twitch. Because my eyes, you know, fun fact, actual people eyes, they bounce around a lot. So that's why my robot looks like, here. That's why it looks like going like this. So if you look at Rusty over there, his eyes, his lens eye kind of has a smooth motion because I added in some easing, which is an animation term for smoothing the motion from point A to point B. Oh, my battery indicator is doing its job. Nice. If you look by Winamp over there, by chat, you'll see a little blinking battery. That's because we get about an hour's worth of battery on our camera, because Rusty is being filmed before a live studio audience of, well, I'm the studio audience, and then you are the thing. But yes, so I had to add in a battery indicator because unless I'm in my just chatting screen, see up there in the corner? So unless I'm on this screen, I don't know that the battery is running low until the source goes. So I duplicated the camera feed and masked out just the area where the battery feed is, the battery indicator goes. One of my silly little things that I get a kick out of it. Okay, we're gonna lock Rusty's movement because I will not be on motion capture here. There we go. Losing the video feed. So the reason I have to use batteries is because my camera does not have the option to just simply plug it in, or to use what's called a dummy battery, which is just a plug that fits in the battery slot, because it's a little bit too old. So one of my eventual stream upgrades will be for a camera that is not my nice mirrorless camera, but its own camera. All right, Rusty. And we are roughly back in focus. I swear sometimes it just does not want to focus quite right. There we go. Ta-da! So, that would be what's called a dummy battery. So modern cameras, including modern versions of the camera I'm using, have the option of basically it's a fake battery with, the shape and then the connectors that it needs, and basically just plugged into USB-C or wall wart or whatever. And that powers the camera, which is good. It's less stress on your battery. It keeps your camera cooler. And more modern cameras, you can just plug them right into your computer and use them as a webcam or video feed, like USB-C. So eventually I will want one that does have that option. Oop. We can free them back up. There, now that I'm sitting back down. Hello. But this camera was manufactured in like 2011 or 12. It's a wonderful camera, and I know I'm putting a little wear and tear on my nice photography camera, but it's worth it. It's a much better feed than if I was using my webcam, which is, it's a decent webcam, but webcams usually don't handle low light so well. And I want to do some fun things with Rusty here. Let's see, do I have the ISO set to auto? Let's do a little live experiment here. Okay, well, let's lock the eyes. Let's do a little live experiment here. See, I'll probably lose some tracking, but, oh, hey, we can go dark mode too. We match. Okay. So, this is one of the reasons I use my nice camera, because hell yeah, you can still see him just fine. And a webcam would just be a pixelated mess right now, you know? But we get Rusty. We get Rusty After Dark. And this is gonna be so much fun. This is just gonna be so much fun, especially with Halloween coming up. Yes, with Halloween coming up, we can get into some mischief. Just a little bit of mischief. So yes, Rusty After Dark for a special Halloween special. It's gonna be great. Man, I haven't done the low light test in a while, but he looks fantastic. And actually, the tracking's coming through pretty good. Now granted, my face is lit by these bright monitors, but man, the low light performance is better than I expected. Should we just stay in dark mode for a while? Yeah. I can actually go darker without losing quality by adjusting some camera settings too. Yeah, I am actually surprised by the quality here. I have not done, yeah, like I said, I have not done a low light test in a while. At least since the last code update. Oh, his eye's gonna get a little fussy, but it's mostly there. It is mostly there. If I really wanted to dial it in more, I would put the cameras a little closer to my face for tracking. Actual robot. You know, I should also put the filter on him. Hold on. Let's see. We got filters we can use here. Another thing that I need to do, I absolutely need to do, is put the hotkeys, connect them all so that with a touch of a button, when his eye goes red, both eyes go red. Filters. Let's leave danger mode Rusty on for a while. This is fun. Go back into the software here. Hello. How are you guys doing? Do 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 do. Yes. Oh, I forgot I could have dark mode and orange. Hello, friends. How are we doing today? Oh, yes. Halloween's gonna be fun this year. Halloween's gonna be fun this year. Now, where were we? Where were we? Let's continue to get up to some mischief. All right. We were still going to be lerping this, and lerp. That is such a fun word. Okay. So now that we figured out what we were doing wrong, we don't want to do this. Current angle. Let's just copy this. Call it target. Target angle. I do believe we can just go target angle dot Euler. Euler angles. Nope. because we only want to adjust the y-axis. We don't want to do the others, so we really just want test y, or testy. We just want testy in this case. You know, I should have this over here so that I'm... Oh, it hides the code though. This way I blend in. I've got my camouflage. I gotta hide my code. Gotta hide my code anyways. I definitely need a dark mode Rusty as a as an emote. No, I'll just use Lurk Rusty. I have the emotes. It's great. It's great. Okay, let's see. Object rotation X, blah, 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 blah. So we want this rotation, which is a quaternarian. So let's do a quaternarian. There we go. Now we don't have to worry about this. So now we want... we don't need the testing code, but we'll keep it there just for funsies. Because we will want it, actually. We will want it for when we blink. Because I want when I blink, it rotates the lens. But that's gonna be something else. So target angel. We want y equals target angel dot y. There. Because it is not a... Wait, what? Cannot... It is not a variable. Okay. There's a way around that. There's a sneaky way around that. We're just not going to care about the others. Rotation equals... So I can read the rod object, but I can't write to specifically that. That is interesting. That is interesting. Okay. There's got to be a way to do that, though. Set Euler rotation. Derp. Okay, let's just do that. Rotation. Deprecated. What's this one? Also deprecated. There we go. Set axis angle, set Euler angle, set Euler rotation. Oh, float X, Y, Z. Oh, that's easy actually. X, Y, Z. Well, this is definitely giving me some issues, more than it really should. I just want the rotation to equal XYZ, literally XYZ. we will go to the help. Unity set object rotation angle. Okay, that makes more sense. Nope, no, not that. Euler. Forget that they're called Eulers, not Eulers. I did put the Unity noob in Unity tag. I did put that there, right? Oh, it's not setting testy yet. That could be a problem too. Target angel dot y and 0.0. Them. Do I seriously have to put 0.0 f? I do have to put 0.0 f. Okay. This should do it. So another thing I would like to do is I would like to put it as have a little delay to it. So I might put a counter here where it only runs like twice a second. You know, every 15 frames instead of every frame. I forget how many FPS I'm running here. I'm probably running 60 FPS. Ooh, the orange. I forgot that the orange goes through. Oh, that. Well, that's certainly interesting. Yeah, let me put that aside. That is not doing. I want it to at all. I'm wondering if I'm using the wrong eye. I could be using the wrong eye. I should probably turn the lights on at some point, so Rusty doesn't have a poor hard time of it. Okay. One last try for this code. Should be such an easy thing. Current angle, target angle. These don't matter. Target angle. So why does it stay put? Oh, wait, and y degrees around the y-axis. Z, X, Y. Oops. Oh, what was that, Mr. Rusty? I heard that. Okay, we need to do a little check on his eyes. One momentum. No, again, I'm still surprised that he's able to be so kind to us in this. Let's see, where are we? Right side. There we go. That he's able to work so well in such dark lighting. Yeah, that definitely doesn't flow how I want it to. I mean, it does. But it doesn't. Because it's going in all the directions. You know, following my eye around. And I want to lock it down to just the y-axis. Why? 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 Why didn't I do this off stream? Okay. So you're lerping the whole Quaternion. I should just be lerping. I should just be lerping the Y angle. Okay. You know what? We're gonna put a pin in this for now. We're gonna put a pin in this for now. Do not know why I can't clamp the other things. Oops. Light mode. Okay, okay. So where else were we? Where else were we? Save this. I want to add some lighting. Let's go find ourselves a light bulb. There's got to be a light bulb asset hiding in the props folder. Desk props. Ooh. There's some neat prop. Oh, nice. Alcohol prop. A Rolodex. Very nice. Ooh, this looks like a N64 controller, which... Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. GameCube. No light bulb there. There's some walls. Some miscellaneous. Interesting that they don't have, I have no idea what that is. Interesting that they don't have some what I would consider basic props inside the office set. We might have to make our own light bulb. Let's see what they have in sci-fi space. Props. Any space light bulbs? No space light bulbs. Lots of neat props that I'll have to help build out the level. Nice. There's a toilet. There's a toilet prop. Okay, I think I'm just gonna have to model my own light bulb, but we will do that. We do that a different stream. So where was that angry red prop light? There we go. Oh, I have used this angry red prop light before. We are going to put that above Rusty's head for now. It'll be a stand-in. Should I use a prop though? Cast shadows, contribute to illumination. What if we just create a point light? We'll call this a light idea. Intensity, shadow bounce. Has a range. Let's make it a much smaller range though. Ooh, significantly smaller range. Let's give it like a range of like 1. Soft shadows. Lots of shadows. High fidelity. This is going to be nice lighting. Interesting that the light does not you can't show the light. So that's kind of interesting to me. Basically the light is hidden. So I would have to attach it to an object, which I'm going to. Game object. Let's just create an empty game object. We'll call this idea. Put the light inside of it. And also make a small sphere. Yeah, shadows. Oh. Okay, so this this named it already. Light sphere. This is just a stand-in after all. Zeros. Oh, zero this out. Ha! That looks hilarious. That is a big ol' head right there. Oops, not that one. This one. Now let's move the group itself. And a little bit ahead. Let's see what he looks like. That is not where I thought he would be. But that's okay, that's okay. You know what, we're going to play with this. Let's go split screen. Split screen? There we go. Sometimes I forget you can do this. Oh, that is hideously bright because I still have the bloom intensity set way too high. I love me some bloom though. This will give it the nice, that nice super fluorescent look, yes? Okay. That looks like it'll probably be pretty good. So we're going to copy those settings. Position. Okay, now we can play with the material. Again, it is just a placeholder. Does not need a collider. Ah, that's another thing. Did I lose? Oh, I did. Hi, I lost tracking. No one let me know I lost tracking. I forgot to plug in the phone. Both doing good? Yes, both doing good. Okay. So, another thing I want to add is redeems. Yes, I want to add in redeems for all of this. So one of the things I will have to set up would be colliders. I want it so you can toggle in like fog or environmental hazards, even if I'm just chatting. And also remember, one of the goals is to replace my VC face capture here with the in-game silhouette capture. Or alternatively, if I don't want to have a transparent, a green screen background, I then would have the room background of whatever area the ship or office I am in. Almost like a cam streamer. Or Mr. Rusty Robot over there. So then we can have all sorts of fun with redeems. Now that I can have redeems. Yes. Thanks to you, dear viewer. Enough of you liked watching me that we're here. we hit affiliate. Soft shadows, blah 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 blah. Maybe make it a little bit. No, we definitely want shadows. Intensity, multiplier, blah blah blah. Point, real time. Okay. Let's get a different material. Do I have some kind of translucent material built in? My goodness. That's a lot of unoptimized material. Default terrain. I don't think we need a terrain. Particle. Skybox. I could have a skybox in one little sphere. A whole bunch of unoptimized textures. Whoa. Okay. That's kind of cool. Does it show up? No. Oh. Nope, it does not. Sci-fi skybox. All sorts of fun stuff in here. Ooh, FX lines. No, we just want a little sphere glow. There we go. Let's see what that does for us. I mean, for a placeholder, that's fine. I think the light is actually off center from the little sphere, so that's kind of amusing. Kind of amusing itself. It's much brighter than it was too. Okay, let's make a toggle now. Let's make a toggle for our bright idea. We will add this to, was it control lights? Control lights. It is not control lights. Where am I hiding all my controls? No stuff? No, not post stuff. Although, I do need to turn that bloom down just a little bit. Let's try 1.5 for now. The bloom is what gives it that very purple glow. It's fairly intense. Fairly intense. Portal code. Oh, it is under here. Okay, the character rig. Let's go find the character rig script. Okay, what are we calling this? What are we calling this? And I know I shouldn't have these public game objects. I should absolutely have them as serialized. I'll fix it eventually. Scope dog, no. Idea light. So we have that, and what keys do we have left? How about J? Key J. Idea light. There. And that should toggle it on and off. Simple little thing like that. Now we find the idea. Oops. Pull lights. There we go. And we go find our idea. We drag it over here. So now it knows about that object. Because this is our character rig script, which I have set under. It's currently attached to a control lights object, which is a poor name. I should also rename that. Let's see. Basically on-off stuff. Ooh, I also don't have it following me, so it will stay put at the moment. But we can turn the lights off. We can also turn our helmet off, because it's misbehaving anyways. Okay. I at least checked something off the list tonight. How are we doing? We're doing 9:30. Ooh. Sounds like there's a little bit of... He's got something in his eye. Yep, right there. We're going to pause the eye for a moment here. There we go. Little tap tap. Okay. So this idea, I want it to attach to not the head, because I don't want it to move all over the place, but I do kind of want to just float around with the player armature. That's why it's offset also. Aha. So I'm going to have to re-offset it. There we go. Yep, I'm going to have to re-offset it. Let's give it a shot. Oops. Sorry, Rusty. Also, I should probably start it in off mode, so I don't have bright ideas right off the bat. Because I don't have bright ideas right off the bat. Ta-da! Okay, now let's see if it actually moves with us. Okay, I like it, I like it. The material is kind of interesting. I don't know if it's because the light is offset or if that's just the way the UVs are. Let's try it live. Let's try it live. We're gonna lock the camera. Okay, so we can play with it. Nope, not you. Not you. You. Okay. You are set to 0. You are also set to 0. So let's see about moving you around. Oh no, that doesn't do anything. It is attached to it is whatever that material is that I chose. There we go. A little bit warmer of the light. So I think I can actually choose the temperature of the light. Filter and temperature. Ah, there we go. Yes. Cold light. Warm light. Ooh, way too warm of a light. I know the my post-processing effects are adjusting. Oh my gosh. That is cool. You can choose presets for the temperature. Oh, that is awesome. Okay. Direct sunlight. Let's see how this affects. Direct sunlight. Okay. Incandescent light. Ew. First of all, let's change that filter back. Fluorescent light. Kind of bluish. Makes sense. Candlelight. Que romantico. No. It's still very blue. Yeah, I don't hate it. I don't hate it. It's a little too bright though. A little too bright, so we're gonna turn down the intensity just a little bit. And we're gonna call that good. So what we have to do now is copy the settings. Paste component values. There we go. Okay. Because you can play with these things play with them in play mode. So you can adjust the settings in play mode. But how I have it set up is it won't carry over. So what you do is you copy the component and then paste the values. Ta-da! Now it's an orangish light. So now it should be right where we left it. All right. I got something crossed off the list. I have two things, both of them half crossed off the list, so I'm going to count that as one thing crossed off the list. Light bulb. We just need to... I got my list right here. We just need to actually heat a light bulb. Save. Now we are going to go over to the office setting. Okay, so we have these two devices. A Rolodex, that still cracks me up. Okay, materials. Oh, they gave us, nice, very, very nice. They gave us separate, because these are props from the asset pack. They gave us separate materials for the screen and for the object. I imagine the laptop's the same thing. Laptop's the same thing. Can you close the laptop? No, you cannot close the laptop. Okay. That'd be a neat feature. They do have, like the doors are set as separate objects. I know that. Okay, let's, Did that open anywhere? Nope, that did not open anywhere. Okay. Ooh, it highlights it when you click on it. That's cool. Show and Explorer. It's a mat file. Okay. I do not know how that actually works. Ooh, emission. As an emission map. That's cool. So I can make the screen glow. That is what they do for the sci-fi ships. They do have the glowy screens where they're supposed to be glowy, of course. Base map, perceive shadows, blah 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 blah. So, something cool. We're gonna save this again. Something that I want to try. Go back to this. Oh, let's see if I can find it. Frame debugger, render target spot. I don't think that's the one I want. Really don't think that's the one I want. Let's undo that. Because I have one of the cameras rendering to a frame. So let's see what that does. Follow camera. Nope. Main camera. Output. Here we go. Render texture. Render test. Okay. So what I could do is have a camera in game render out to a texture. But that texture is apparently not a material. Render texture called render test. So let's go back to this. So this I might have to look up another tutorial. So the material is material. Nope, it does not show up. Okay, I'm gonna have to look that up to see how I can have camera feed the material. Nope, nothing's showing up. Okay. But yes, that is on my to-do list. It is TV screens on my little pad of paper right here. What else is on my to-do list? We got another 15 minutes or so. Now that I have my stuff plugged in. If visible, then blurb with a curve. Okay, that's what I was working on. I do want to add some fun stuff. Nope, blocking my hand tracking. I'm just hitting all the numbers here. So another thing I want to do is I want to add in fun little things for my digital model here. For instance, different eyes. Now I already have eyes, and I have them on goggles. Let's see what I have here. I have cat eyes. See, and cat ears. I never used this one. It's one of those make a million toggles and don't use any of them. And it disappears a bit. Oh, that's scary. I have, let's turn that one off. I have donut eyes, which I thought would be a neat thing, but again, never really use it. Let's go to camera 2. There, now you can see it. I mean, it looks kind of cool, especially in kind of the dark mode. I do have another set of eyes. I must not have the blend shapes on this model. It must be in my in-progress model. But I keep talking about this in-progress model, but it is in progress, as they say. Oh. Again, Rusty Robot does not like me talking with my hands because I keep blocking the camera. Okay. Yes, I have added more blend shapes, so get a little bit more movement on my avatar, including finally blink in the in this eye. That's the left eye. Finally, so the screen eye can now blink a little bit because right now it just always remains a bit of a dot, which I like. I could blink or at least squint, which are technically they're the same thing for my my rigging. It would just add that little something. I kind of wonder if I need to make a material to fit on this screen. You know? Like if I make the material, I have a space shuttle. I didn't even realize that was there. If I make a material that fits on this screen. Yes, okay, so for the camera render, do I need a specific material? Or will it just be good with what it is? That's the question. So let's try it with a 2D object. 3D object. There we go. Yeah, let's put them. Oh, not that way. Now can I put render? No, I can't put render on him either. That is interesting. That is interesting. So I wonder how I get that camera texture on there. I am definitely gonna have to look up tutorials on that. And how you receive camera feeds or other things like for instance, if I wanted to show the stream output, which that'd be kind of cool to actually, I can watch my own stream. I need to do that. So I don't know if that'd be a spout input. I wonder how that would take my Twitch feed and bring it in here. I mean, theoretically, I would just want to have the OBS output be cloned over there. So, like a virtual camera, TV screens, show, stream, feed. There. Noted. Is that everything on the list? Is that everything on the list? I do want to work on my emotes. That is going to be off camera though, most likely. Did Twitch approve my emotes yet? They did not. They're holding them hostage because I'm new. Emotes, refresh. No, still holding them hostage. That's a shame. That's a shame. You're being denied until next time. So I I just went over. Oh, come on, activity feed. You're fine. You're fine. I just zoomed over to my my control panel, basically my Twitch control panel, and it says, "Oh, you want to show your community goals? Because you can do that kind of stuff now." And it's for Partner Plus. No, I don't really want to set up my Partner Plus goals. I do not have, what is it? It's like 70, no. I think it's like 100 subscribers or 75 subscribers. I'm a realist. We're not quite there yet. I'm very grateful to be affiliate. But, you know, someday. It'll be fun. All right. So yes, I need to look into duplicating screens. Yes, screen streams. I need to drink some more water. All right. Dark mode. We don't want to take away from the beauty that is behind us. Let's hide our helmet and our bright idea. The bright idea should start off not on. Yes, we'll fix that before we save. I do gotta say, I do just want to fly around. No? There we go. There we go. Gotta remember my own hotkeys. Flying around is just a bunch of fun. Whoops. And I flew right through my own portal. That's pretty funny. And there we go. Oops. Let's go back out of the office. Let's go for a little flight. Wait, do I have... I do have the orange eyes, because we match. We all match. We all match here. We are one big, happy matching oddball family. And it's great. Wait, can we all head tilt at the same time? Yeah, it's great. All right. Let's go for a little flight here. Hydroponics. Nice. Hello, hydroponics. That is not the symbol you might be thinking. Just regular good old saplings. I did open up one of these rooms. Which one did I open up recently? Oh, we got the bridge. So we got the nice bridge. We can actually look at the control panels now. Ooh, dang, those are... They did a good job. I love the bloom on that one. That's fantastic. I think it'd be fun to recreate some iconic movie sets, like Alien. Alien would be a good one. Got a little knobs and switches. Where else should we go? I think I opened up the med bay. See, it's past the people. Nope, too far past the people. Here we go. Ooh, that does look nice. Let's go back into person mode. Sin Cola. Oh no, this is a cafeteria. This isn't the med bay. Where else should we go? Oh, and there's a little mopper bot. I have a friend. This is Sweepo. Hello, Sweepo. You know, I should use more of their assets, because then maybe I could become like an asset affiliate or something. Not that I'm making a ton of games with, just period. Not that I'm making a ton of games, but I do love what they make. There we go. The classic. The classic. The head in the jar. He's great, isn't he, guys? He's great. We do I still have the... I do still... No, I don't have the light on. But, that's nice how it casts extra illumination, doesn't it? Especially if I decide to turn off all the lights. Ah, that was going to be a Halloween thing, too. Dousing the lights. Making this a nice horror level. One of the first things I thought of when I got this asset pack is, man, I should remake what's it, isometric shooter? Like an isometric twin stick shooter. Because I got the sci-fi stuff, right? Just have me running around kind of like this. Well, not walking calmly, more like running. I don't know what I'd be fighting. But I mean, that's part of the point of this. This is all just for fun. My fun little playground. I've already got flight mode. Might as well give me something to throw rockets at. Be a good time. Ooh, too far, too fast, too furious. Alright. This might be a good place to wrap up the stream. And flight mode. And a bright, oops, no, bright idea, and a bright idea. Gotta bring our little light with us. So as I sit here, gazing out at the, whatever I'm gazing out at, thinking, man, it'd be nice to look out at the stars. Oh, speaking about looking at the stars, he's still there. And he color codes with us. Love it. Love it. But yes, my office on my space station. I'm just gonna chill. Get back to work, I guess. It says so. It says so. So maybe we should. Maybe we should just get back to work. And good old Rusty. He's behaving himself very well. I'm surprised the servos are holding out as well as they are. As well as they are in this dim light. But I definitely wanted him, wanted to show off the low light, and test it out really, the low light capabilities. He's just fun. I do need to add some lighting in the mouth, the disk drive. Yes. Yeah, that'll be a lot of fun too. Yeah. We'll see how we do that. It'll be interesting. But alright. Get my cursor back here. And let's I think we might just wrap it up for the night. Let's see. I got a couple things accomplished, and some more things definitely not accomplished. Nope, and I'm blocking my tracking again. Go me. Let's see. We got the click on the screen there. We got the bright idea. We just need to model up a light bulb because I couldn't find one in the asset pack. That'll be super easy. I'm gonna make a good old compact fluorescent with a little swirly. We should probably go back to light mode. Hello. Let's see. Sort of got the helmet working. And sort of not, because that lens is going all over the place and really slow. So we'll speed it up and make sure it only is restricted to one axis. But Yes, the bright idea. I love it. Then we need to start working on two big things. Next big projects for this. I don't know. We'll see how much we do on stream and how much we don't. The next big projects are finishing, well, basically what's behind me here. Actually, not finishing, but actually making our office environment. So this is only slightly customized from the office demo level. What we're going to do is take that as a basis. Now that I know how props and objects work and how to trigger them on and off and such. And we're going to start building off our actual streaming environment. Not just the space station behind me, not just this little, oh, behave. Oh, and we lost Rusty. He couldn't handle it. Bam. Man, that was exciting. All right, folks. That's a good place to wrap it up. Rusty is slightly offline at the moment. This is why we run him on two computers. Let's just give him an eye there, just for looks. Spoiler alert, that's a placeholder eye. Rusty. I think I finally crossed some feedback threshold with the low light and moving around too much that it interrupted the tracking enough times and kind of set it on a loop where it could not resolve. It doesn't seem like he's broken though. Sometimes part of the gyro pops slightly out of place. The lens gyro, because he's actually his camera lens, the physical camera lens, is on essentially a gyroscope. One axis is one ring, and inside of that is, it's hard to do with hand tracking. Inside of that is another axis, so they turn independently of each other. But he seems all right. He'll be all right. Don't worry about him so much. He just won't be joining us for the rest of the night, which we're going to be wrapping up anyways. Where was I? Yes, next big plans. Build out my environment, my main environment, the destroyed factory office, and eventually a little bit more of the factory to go with it. I still want to be able to warp into other worlds. By warp, I mean hitting this button here like this. Still want to be able to warp into other worlds and do things, into the other environments, interact with them. I'm going to set up physics simulation. Lock the camera there. Set up the physics simulation, enable all that kind of stuff, so that I can. There we go. I just want to talk to you guys again, so that I can move things around, pick them up, knock them off the tabletops, all that kind of fun stuff. Because in reality, this whole project is, well, it's to amuse me. So the more fun we can have with this, the better. But I do, now that I can use channel points and all that kind of stuff, I do want to bring that interactivity into all of this. So that'll be fun. That'll be exciting. So you can, redeem special effects, weather, various toggles. It'll be good. Just have to brainstorm what I want to do and how to do it. So yes. So I think on that note, we are going to call it. So thank y'all for stopping by. Post the 2 emotes at Twitch allowed. so far. They have the rest of them in holding. I need to edit them a little bit better so they show up better anyways. But yes. Next time we'll have more emotes. Hopefully Twitch will release the rest of them. And be a good time. So that will again most likely be my Monday stream. Don't know if I'll be able to fit anything in this weekend. So anyways, thanks for stopping by, and good night all.